right triangle has one leg that's 2 feet longer than the other. Okay, sounds to me like I need to draw a right triangle. One leg is 2 feet longer than the other leg, so x and x plus 2. The hypotenuse is 2 feet less than twice the shorter. Twice the shorter, 2 feet less. There we go. There's our three sides. Because we're dealing with the lengths of sides, this is going to be the Pythagorean Theorem. So the sum of the squares of the lengths of the legs gives us x squared plus x plus 2 squared equals the square of the length of the hypotenuse. That's 2x minus 2 quantity squared. Okay, here we go. Left side, x squared plus x plus 2 times x plus 2 equals the right side, 2x minus 2 times again 2x minus 2. Have I gone off the screen? There we go. Okay, we have x squared plus FOIL time, x squared outer plus 2x, inner plus 2x, last plus 4, equals 4x squared. That's our first. Maybe I should write the word FOIL there. We're going to have minus 4x, minus 4x, and plus 4 on that side also. Now it's time for us to combine like terms on each side. So the left side becomes 2x squared plus 4x plus 4, and the right side becomes 4x squared minus 8x plus 4. Okay, we have a quadratic equation. It needs to be set equal to 0. I see that I've got more x squareds on the right, so I'm going to subtract everything off of the left and the right, bringing everything over to the right. And the left side now becomes 0. We have 2x squared minus 12x, and the 4's cancel. We can factor out the 2x, leaving us x minus 6, which tells us x is 0 or 6, but 0 makes no sense in a geometry problem, so 6 feet will be the length of that side. Going back to the picture, we had one side was 6, the other side was 2 more than that, 6 plus 2 making 8. The third side was going to be 2 less than twice the short side. Twice the 6 makes 12. 2 less than that makes 10. And a 6, 8, 10 triangle, 6, 8, 10 triangle is what we're looking for here. And notice 6 squared plus 8 squared makes 10 squared. 36 plus 64 does make 100. Okay, we've got a few more review problems. This is a long review here. Factoring, no GCF going into all three terms. It starts with an x squared, which kind of clues us off to an x at the beginning of each parentheses. Two numbers that multiply to 42 and add up or subtract up to 1 will become positive 7 and negative 6. The next problem only has two terms. It's apparent there's no GCF. So we're going to factor using the difference of two squares, c squared plus 1 times c squared minus 1. We cannot factor the sum of two squares, but the difference of two squares will factor further into c plus 1 times c minus 1. And that there is completely factored. Okay, the next problem, number 24, we can take out a greatest common factor of negative 10. That leaves us with u squared minus 3u plus 2. Leave the minus 10 out front. 3 terms left, which tell us we're going to have u times u. The positive 2 says it's going to have to be a minus 1 and a minus 2 in order for them to add up to negative 3. We then have the difference of two cubes. We notice that y and 5 will be the cube roots. The cube root formula says basically a minus b, same sign from the original problem, times a squared plus, we go with the opposite sign, ab, plus, always positive at the end, plus b squared. So the a minus b is going to become y minus 5. The a squared turns into a y squared, plus ab means plus 5 times y, 5y, plus b squared makes 25. 5 squared is 25. And remember that the second parentheses of the cube formula never factors any further. Number 26 is the sum of two squares, which does not factor, so that problem will be prime. Number 27, we see four terms. Four terms, we can't take a GCF out. Usually we'll factor using the grouping method. Splitting it down the middle, I see that I can factor an x squared out of the first two terms, leaving me with 2x plus 1. Then I can factor a minus 4 out of the next two terms, leaving me with a 2x plus 1. The 2x plus 1 is common to each half of the problem, leaving 2x plus 1 times x squared minus 4. Most people would stop there, but always being on the lookout for continuing further, I see I've got the difference of two squares. So my 2x plus 1 is going to be multiplied by x plus 2 and x minus 2. Okay, one last review problem here. I see that a greatest common factor of 3 can come out. That leaves us with a squared plus 9ab plus 18b squared. We then try to factor it further. We know that it's got to be an a times an a. Multiplying times to get to 18, I think of 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6. Oh, 3 times 6 add up to 9. So this will be a plus 3b and a plus 6b to factor this out.